I remember the first time that I had a conversation with Jarek. In the phone, he said everything was good. His marriage was good, his health was good, connection with God was good, his business was great. But deep inside, I know he was lying to himself.
I reached the point that the pain was so deep, I think about 2 months period, that I didn't want to get out of the bed. I've been in Tony Robbins, like you know, for 15 years and it's not even close.
And then I'm watching this video on Facebook, and that's Raul. I want a reason to wake up every morning.
I'm a horrible father, I'm a horrible husband.
I got everything, and I'm fucking miserable.
You know, I was sitting right there, I'm telling you, on this sofa, and I was miserable and absolutely unhappy.
Most people think that money solves all your problems. That once you have money, you have everything. What do you get if you have all the money in the world, but you don't have purpose? You don't have drive. You don't have a legacy. But today, so you conquer the game of business, but you fail in the game of life. I was remembering when you came to the boot camp, and I was focusing on that version of you that was skeptical, that was questioning everything. But at that moment, something told me that this man, if he is able to wake the fuck up, if I'm able to help this man see the potential and the possibility, he will impact thousands of people. Greatness is a life fucking journey. But to achieve greatness, you need to tap into that raw part of you, Jarek.
I'm looking for fulfillment in my life. I want a reason to wake up every morning.
I was so broken, like so unhappy that I look for answers everywhere.
38 years old, after the market crash, I always tell people I had lottery. I prepared for the crash for so long. So when the market crashed, I acquired all the real estate, anything you can possibly can. It was endless.
A lot of people, like myself, we lost a lot of money in 2008.
What the heck is going on down here?
I was able to find a niche to service banks and the default market, but you made hundreds of millions of dollars as an investor.
In 2008, I used people money, 20,000, 100,000, million, 2 million, 3 million. Suddenly, I couldn't pay them back. That's when the bottom of the bottom for me at that time hit. That's the first time I started having suicidal thoughts.
There's a lot of guys who didn't make it to that depression. We are 3 times more likely to commit suicide than women. 49% of men are more depressed than they're willing to admit. So rather than get help, they pretend that everything is fine. 99% of the people don't even know what the fuck you go through on a daily basis. The pressure that we have to keep this shit together, the pressure that we have to lead, the pressure that we have to fucking fulfill our purpose, the pressure that we have with our families, with our kids, because we don't want normal lives for them. So now you retire, you have kids, you have money. What happened then? How did you fall into your second tunnel?
I was miserable when I retired first time.
February 14, 2017, I go skiing. I get in this horrible accident.
That's the worst thing happened to me. I couldn't run anymore. I was in hospital 6 months, 13 surgeries, miserable. Like sports was the only thing. I went back to athlete, you know, doing Ironman, swimming, biking, running. There I hit the bottom of the bottom again.
I'm having those suicidal thoughts that I already done, I accomplished anything. My kids don't ever have to work. My grandkids don't have to work. My wife is sad. So I commit suicide. Okay, and I had those thoughts just keep going, processing through my head. And then I'm watching this video on Facebook, and that's Raul.
That's when you and I met, when I said, okay, great, congratulations. You're in the fucking tunnel. You're a great warrior, you conquer the game of business, but you're failing in every other area because there's no purpose. A man without a purpose is going to perish. It's not gonna have a legacy. And that's when you said, okay, here's my credit card. I'm in. All of you came here for one reason and one reason only, to find that edge.
Every single man that I've trained, they have the same pattern, which is they love their family, they love their kids, they love them more than they love themselves. And sometimes that stops us from really showing them how much we love them because we are afraid. We're afraid that if we give too much, we're not gonna have enough. And sometimes we have to go deep into the darkness to realize that the pain is a gift.
I just heard the story of 5 people, and I've been through all of them. Everybody's going through what I'm going through, and it's a gift. Then we gotta take the gift and just go to the next level. Yeah, I said it, next level.
There you go.
You left the boot camp. You've been working with me for a year, 2 years after that. How did you get punched in the face after you thought everything was good?
The next one was divorce. And this was like another wake-up call, another pain.
Comes September 11, 2019. I know for you September 11 got completely different association than for me, but my wife asked for divorce. First I thought it's a fucking joke. We fucking fight over a cup of coffee, literally over a cup of coffee. I found out, she's talking to attorneys. One of them is my fucking attorney, fucker. That happened September 11. Of course, the next 3 days there is a summit, and then I come here. My daughter calls, the oldest one, said, "Mama kicked me out of the house." She knew that she's gonna live with me. I'm in so much pain, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it hurts like a bitch. Guys, remember, I love this woman.
Men lose the edge when they get comfortable and become sedated men. So now they are with a partner that likes to be with us, that's accustomed to a sedated man. They come to work with me, they get the edge back. Their partner, their wife, sometimes don't want to be with a man who's already at that level of a king because they're so used to being with a sedated man.
What happened is during the divorce, I have to be 120%, because I want to make sure, I have my kids, I don't lose anything. And I work. The second my divorce finished, I'm on the top of the world. I'm a free man. I'm 50. I'm wealthy. I got all the shit figured it out.
Because you double your net worth during the
I
divorce.
quadruple my net worth. My attorneys always say, Jarek, you're the only one person that we know during divorce quadruple his net worth. And, and then COVID happened. This time I'm retired for good. I'm divorced. I didn't lose anything. I got more money. And it's like, now I'm happy. And then the alcohol came.
One of the greatest things that happened to him when he went through his divorce, he reached out. I know Daniel Barris, you drove to his house because I did an SOS. Goes, hey man, this motherfucker's depressed. He's going down the fucking deep end. I'm talking to him every single day, walking him out of the fucking cliff every single fucking day. My job was to keep him alive. One more
Guys,
day.
I remember one day I had enough. I really had enough. And I remember tell Raul put me and Vivian on the FaceTime. And I fucking tell him goodbye. I can't do this shit anymore. I'm done. The conversation took us like an hour and a half. Going through life being 47 and not fucking realize I was completely unready emotionally and mentally. I don't know how I got through life. So when all this shit happens and Daniel showed up in my house, I was not alone, guys, for a good 6 months. But I couldn't be alone though, because I would do something stupid. I got my boat ready with all the scuba diving tank. Just go, this is the easiest death.
What did I remind you every single time that we had a phone call? What was I constantly asking you to live for? Who was
My
it that
kids.
I said, say their names over and over and over again, because that's what got me out of my depression. Yeah. If I kill myself, what my kids are gonna say? There is, like you said, a taboo about like men are not emotional, men are not depressed. That's fucking bullshit.
There's bullshit.
What would you say to that Jarek that was in the darkest moments? Now looking back, what would you say to him?
I was completely past divorce, completely past, figured out my new life. But I still didn't realize that there's another mountains. You know what I mean? I accomplished everything. I'm 50 years old. I accomplished everything. I have no issues, and I'm still unhappy.
My girlfriend was literally pulling me out of the bed by ankle, like I feel it, and the suicidal thoughts. And I have all the tools. And I was like, shit, I thought I was at the bottom of the bottom 3 years ago. I cannot imagine if I did not have this brotherhood. I wouldn't be here. There's no way. There's no way.
I realize that what I do is bigger than just me. Because I'm just like you. I'm a man in a path for greatness. But I know that God put me in this earth for a calling, for a different reason. So it's not me, it's the work that God is doing through me that's helping men like Jarek, men like you, that thousands of other men who've come to this program understand one simple concept. Proximity is power. But nothing is going to change unless you stop lying to yourself. Nothing is going to change unless you stop sedating. Nothing's going to change unless you make the choice to embrace your pain, to level the fuck up and lead. When I hear Jarek's story and where he's going and what he's done, I know that he's been called to impact thousands, if not millions of lives, just like you.
Everything you have is within you. You don't have to look at for any outside satisfaction. The happiness is not what you have, it's what is within you.
You have been called for greatness. You have been called to do something bigger in your life. And the only reason that you're not stepping up to the game is because you have a story in your mind, a belief in your mind that this is as good as it's gonna get. No matter where you are in your life as a man, you have the duty. You have to embrace the fucking pain and stop sedating. Allow God to use you as a vessel. Because that's what this country needs. That's what this world needs. Men like you to fucking lead. If this story resonates with you, just know that you're not alone. Just know there's a group of men out there in the battlefield looking for men just like you that are ready to level up and lead. It's time for you to find your code to the edge because the best is yet to come. Learn it, live it, experience it. Love life.
Life is a journey. Enjoy it.